Shalom, and welcome to this new way of communicating. I would like to tell you a bit about Hanukah. So you know the Hanukah is what we call the Jewish festival of lights. It's an 8-day festival which starts on the 25th day of the month, of the Jewish month of Kislev, and goes on for 8 days. So on this holiday what we do is that every night we light one candle. We add a candle every night until the 8th night, when we'll have 8 candles lit. But to understand a bit more about Hanukah, I'll propose you a bit of history. So let's go back about 2,165 years ago about. And it was during the reign of Alexander the Great. Now Alexander the Great conquered Syria, Egypt and Israel. And he allowed the lands under his control to continue to observe their own religion and still retain a certain degree of autonomy. But more than a century later, a successor of Alexander, known as Antiochus IV, was in control of most of the region. And then he became to oppress the Jews, and plus putting Greek priests into the Bet HaMikdash, the temple, and massacring Jews and not letting them practice their religion or even just studying Torah. This was not allowed. It was punishable by death. A group of Kohanim that we call the Hashmonaim, which come from the family of Mattathias the Hasmonean, some call them also the Maccabees. They started a revolt against the oppressor, and this revolt succeeded, and they were able to come in the temple and reconquer the rest of the land of Israel. Now, according to the tradition, inside the temple there was a big menorah, big candelabra, and this candelabra had to be lit with a special oil, an olive oil. We had to go through a special process to be used. And when they did get into the menorah, which was in a room by itself, they found only a little bit of oil, just enough for 1 day. And they needed at least 7-8 days to prepare this new oil. And what happened, what we call the miracle of Hanukah, is that this oil that was supposed to be sufficient just for 1 day was not only for 1 day, it lasted for 80 days. So every day they will use this oil, and by miracle the container where the oil was like full again, and this lasted for 8 days. This is what we call the miracle of Hanukah. So when we do celebrate Hanukah, this holiday, we don't celebrate a military victory. What we do celebrate is the miracle of the oil to lit. So this is how we try to remember what happened, is by lighting this Hanukah during the 8 days until the final eighth day, where all the 8 lights will be on. It's a festival of lights, of joy. We give presents. We try to have an atmosphere of a holiday, because the only religious observance really during these 8 days is simply lighting the candles. So we hope that it's not only a time of joy for us lighting the Hanukah, but we do hope, especially in what's happening in these days, that these lights of Hanukah should illuminate the whole world with peace, with happiness, and with joy. So I wish you a happy Hanukah. You enjoy it with your family, and wish you just the best. Take care. Shalom.